Coming up here on 4:30, we greet you with a good morning, Kentuckiana. As many of you are opening your eyes, you are waking up to more cold weather and some snow in some areas.
You're going to want to prepare for the bitter cold temperatures as you head outside this morning. Actually, a little warmer today than it was yesterday morning.
Feels a little bit warmer,
but
definitely.
The snow is on the way. Good morning, Kentuckiana. I'm Kelsey Stark.
And I'm Derek Rose. We do have some schools that will be opening late this morning. Those delays are going to be listed at the bottom of your screen and will continue to be there throughout the newscast. Right now, though, no schools have closed. You can find the full list on our website at WHAS11.com.
And those are the major districts listed there. But again, we haven't heard from them, so we assume that they are open until we hear different.
And the cold weather is going to be affecting your commute this morning. WHAS 11 has you covered on all sides with everything you need to know.
Yeah, look at that team there. Brooke Hash is tracking the road conditions, as well as Reed Yaden out in Storm Chase 11. Hey, Reed, our Julia Rose also outside braving the cold weather. She's going to join us in a few moments with how it's looking outside and the latest on those school decisions everybody's waiting to hear.
And they're waiting also to hear from Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine, who is in the Weather Center with Jared Heil to get you started this morning. Ben?
Yeah, we are tracking again. This is a look at the snowfall total. We'll get it right to it here. Inch or less, I think, in most locations, but some spots could see up to 2 inches in southern Indiana. I think that we're going to see much less amount. In fact, almost no accumulation in far southern Kentucky later on today. Even though this is a minimal amount of snowfall, we are still expecting some impacts out there on the road, some slick conditions, especially the untreated road surfaces. As we head over to Max HD radar, not a whole lot out there so far, but it is beginning to start a little bit in southern Indiana. Jared.
Yeah, the shade of white, not too much to worry about. When you get into that shade of light to moderate blue, that's some light to moderate snow that's increasing over parts of southern Indiana. We'll talk more about that in a second. Here in the downtown area, not too much yet. Couple of flurries off and on, maybe a speck of some lighter blue showing up just northeast of Prospect. That's some light snow passing into Oldham County shortly. But overall, the temperatures at or above freezing. Roadways in fairly good condition so far this morning for early commuters. Indiana, roughly from Highway 50 and north, travel could be affected by some light to moderate snow. Temperatures are also somewhat colder up in that part of the viewing area. So Seymour, North Vernon, also close to Comiskey and Hanover, Madison, just northeast of where Reed is, and Scottsburg even, some light to moderate snow picking up. And this is just the beginning of more rounds of light to moderate snowfall that's picking up across Illinois. And scattered showers. It's not going to be a widespread band of snow, which makes the forecast of how much snow we will see in any given location a bit more difficult. Spotty bursts of snow passing through mid to late morning that could impact driving conditions before we see temperatures tumble late in the day. And for that reason, Ben, a winter weather advisory in effect.
And the scattered nature of this is also the reason why we need to see your reports and know how much is on the ground when it's safe to do so, and you can get outside, and maybe even once we start to see some light after 8 o'clock. Send us those pictures as soon as you can of some of that snow on the ground. You can tweet me at WHAS11Ben, at WHAS11Jared. You can send your photos at WHAS11.com as well and post them to Facebook, and we'll get them on the air and share with folks and get that ground truth of how much snow we have on the ground. So again, be careful first off, and then when you can take that picture, please do so and send it in. You can see on Futurecast that there's not a whole lot of snow out there through around 6 o'clock this morning. That first batch in Indiana moves directly to the east. Waiting on this to fill in from the northwest, coming in from Illinois. You can see some of those spotty snow showers 8 to 9 o'clock here. Hopefully most of this is happening after our kids are at school, if they go to school this morning. We'll keep up to date on that as well with those closings at the bottom of your screen. Here you can see those snow showers still mid to late morning. We're starting to dry out in southern Indiana with that temperature drop. The good thing this time around, contrasted to what happened on Sunday, we don't have all the rain before this is happening, so we are not expecting that icy situation that we had. The roads are treated now, and those treated roads are going to be in pretty good shape with temperatures at or above freezing, and as that snow falls. Still watch those untreated road surfaces in the neighborhoods. Those outer roads could be rather slick out there. Could be some blowing snow with wind gusts over 30 miles per hour, kind of freshening up some of snow on the roadways and keeping it slick. This is 1 p.m., so around midday, we start to see that snow fade away to the southeast. Our next big story is going to be those temperatures just plummeting later on today, down to the upper teens and low 20s by late afternoon into the early evening. with wind chills down to around 5 to 15. And you can see the total snow amounts with our latest Futurecast data showing, again, an inch or less, most north, lighter to the south. You could see around a ½ inch in Louisville. Now, notice some deeper blues in some isolated pockets. That's where we could see a snow burst or two that could produce up to possibly 2 inches of snow in southern Indiana spots. Here's your wind chill charts here on Futurecast showing you dropping down to around 5 to 15 later on this afternoon. So we really need to layer up, especially the kids as they head home from school later today. View from the Review Restaurant Lounge at the Galt House, overcast. It's a flurries around 37 degrees at the airport with that light snow report. Wind gust to 22 makes it feel like 29, and those wind chills will be a whole lot worse later on today. Right now our temperatures are above freezing, 37 in Louisville. So again, that is key here as that snow begins to fall later today. Some of it will be melting thanks to the salt on the roads. 34 degrees at 8 a.m. with that snow beginning. 30 degrees with that snow beginning to fade away around midday and lunchtime. And then much colder later today, 26 degrees, that temperature by around 3 to 4 o'clock, and those wind chills down to the single digits and down to the teens. You can keep track of that incoming snow with your Weathercaster radar there. Just head to your app store and search WHAS11 Weathercaster. Now let's take a look at those road conditions out there now with Brooke Hash.
Then Metro Safe is giving us the all clear here across the Louisville area. Not much in the works across the interstates. Taking a look at the east end of town, 64 Shelbyville, the Watterson, the Gene Snyder, everyone connecting pretty much just fine this morning. Everyone up to speed, even along the bridges. Not much traffic happening in the junction at this point. But again, as we track those weather conditions, you will want to watch out for a more messier commute, especially after 7 o'clock or so this morning. So get out now while it's good. You can see Zorn Avenue right now around 71, up to speed, very clear at this point and dry, especially on 64. I took it myself this morning. Not much of a trouble spot for you coming around the Cannons Lane area. And everyone again in the green, 54 miles an hour to 62. If you're taking 65, 71 or 64 from both the Lee Hamilton and the Gene Snyder this morning. And a quick look outside right now. I'll show you exactly what the junction looks like. And coming off the Ohio, a very quiet start to your Tuesday morning here at 4:36.
All right, let's hope it stays that way. And you do have to think safety, though, if you head out on the roads this morning after that snow begins during the morning commute.
Exactly, and if you haven't looked outside just yet, GMK's Julia Rose is out there for us at what you can expect, and some trucks there behind you, Julia, ready to go when they're called.
Yeah, that's right, Derek. The city is prepared, I'll tell you that much. And guess what? We're seeing some flurries, so they have started. Nothing too bad. It's definitely more windy than it is snowy. But take a look. All of these trucks ready to hit the roads to keep you safe. I just spoke with Andrea Clifford from the Transportation Cabinet. She tells me 35 salt trucks in Jefferson County are ready, and they will be hitting the interstates. They're on standby right now. The crews came in at around 4 o'clock this morning, and again, they're just waiting for the go-ahead to hit the road. Now, I also talked with her about how much salt is here, and behind me right now, all of these trucks are filled with salt. There are 13,000 tons of salt in Jefferson County for each winter. We've used some of it on Sunday and yesterday, but no doubt we'll be using some more today. And in fact, she tells me there are 573 lane miles of interstate, and that is what these trucks are going to be hitting and salting all morning to make sure you have a safe commute.
The other thing that's going to compound the problem tomorrow is it's going to start snowing during rush hour of a weekday rather than on a Sunday morning. People need to allow extra time tomorrow. You're going to have, precipitation coming down, so you're going to have to drive slower, so you're going to need more time to get to work anyway.
And what you're looking at right now is a truck here getting loaded up with salt. It's really amazing to watch. You're going to see it right now. This huge bulldozer is coming up, and it's going to dump, I can't even tell you how much salt into the truck. There it goes. And when you see these machines out on the road, please make sure you're giving them their space. They need to be able to move freely. Don't try and pass them. Just give them their distance, and it'll keep everybody safe. Look at all of that salt. It's really amazing. We'll be here monitoring these trucks and making sure that they get out just in time for you. Back to you. Reed.
All right, we're going to head back to Rita in just a moment. He obviously can't hear us there, but we are going to head to him. He's in southern Indiana tracking that snow, and of course, you can track the snow while you're on the go. You can just log on to WHAS11.com. You can use our free mobile app. Just search WHAS11 there in your app store. Much more still ahead. It is 4:39 on this Tuesday morning. Good morning, Kentuckiana.
Police need your help identifying a man in an ongoing investigation. The crime they say he committed in the Linden area.